Welcome back to Coins Tool. We're uncovering a small piece of copper that could be worth a fortune. That's right. We're talking about the 1996 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that has been making waves in the numismatic community. Believe it or not, one of these pennies was recently valued at a staggering $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000. But what makes this penny so special, and how can you find one? Stay tuned, and we'll reveal all the details you need to know. Let's get started. Before we dive into why the 1996 Lincoln penny could be worth so much, let's first talk about its background. The Lincoln penny has been a staple in U.S. currency since it was first minted in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner. The 1996 penny comes from the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark under the date on the obverse side of the coin. 1996 was a fairly standard year for the Lincoln penny in terms of production, with billions of pennies minted across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, what makes the 1996 penny stand out isn't its production numbers, but rather a unique error that occurred during its minting process. So, what exactly makes the 1996 penny worth so much more than just 1 cent? It all comes down to a minting error that occurred. This particular penny is an example of a mint error coin, which is any coin that has a mistake from the minting process. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value depending on their rarity and the type of error. The 1996 penny we're talking about is a rare example of a double die error. A double die error happens when the die used to strike the coins has a misalignment, resulting in doubled images. These errors are usually most noticeable on the lettering or dates on the coin. In the case of the 1996 penny, collectors have found that the doubling is prominently visible on Lincoln's portrait and the inscriptions. But wait, there's more! The degree of doubling can vary, which means some double die errors are more pronounced and, therefore, more valuable than others. This is where the big money comes into play. Now, let's talk about the current market value of this rare penny. As of today, the average 1996 penny, without any errors, is worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, those with a double die error are a whole different story. Depending on the condition of the coin and the visibility of the error, these pennies can range from a few $100s to thousands. In fact, one of the most pristine examples of a 1996 penny with a significant double die error recently sold at auction for an astonishing $45,000. This record-breaking sale has caught the attention of coin collectors and enthusiasts worldwide, sparking a renewed interest in Lincoln pennies from the 1990s. So what makes one penny worth thousands while another is worth just 1 cent? It all boils down to the coin's grade. Let's quickly talk about grading. Coin grading is the process of determining the condition of a coin, which directly impacts its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC, with 70 representing a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin, especially when it comes to error coins like the 1996 double die penny. Coins in mint state condition, meaning they show no signs of wear from circulation, with a clear and pronounced error, are the ones fetching those top dollar prices. The $45,000 penny, for instance, was graded MS67, which is an incredibly high grade for a coin from 1996. The error was very noticeable, and the coin had almost no contact marks, which made it extremely desirable to collectors. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1996 penny with a noticeable double die error in mint condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I find one of these valuable 1996 pennies? First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You'll want to closely inspect the date, the mint mark, and Lincoln's portrait for any signs of doubling. Look carefully at the Liberty and the word "In God We Trust" for any double images or blurred lines, which can indicate the double die error. If you think you've found a potential error coin, consider getting it graded by a professional service. This will give you a definitive answer on the coin's grade and its potential value. So where can you find these rare pennies? Start by checking your change. Pennies are everywhere, and you never know when a valuable one might pop up. You can also visit local coin shops, attend coin shows, or even explore online marketplaces like eBay or dedicated numismatic auction sites. Remember, when buying coins, always ensure you're dealing with reputable sellers and that coins come with a certificate of authenticity, especially when purchasing high-value coins. And if you find one of these rare coins and want to sell, the same places apply. You could sell to a local coin dealer, at an auction, or online. Just make sure you know the value of your coin, so you don't undersell it. We're diving into a hot topic that's been making waves in the numismatic community: the 2020 Lincoln cent with a W mint mark. Could this penny really be worth $25,000? Let's find out. First things first, let's talk about the 2020 Lincoln penny. In 2020, the United States Mint released a special edition of the Lincoln cent that featured a W mint mark, signifying that these coins were minted at the West Point Mint. This was a first for the Lincoln cent series, as previously, pennies were minted primarily at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So why did the U.S. Mint decide to release a penny from West Point in 2020? Well, it was part of a special set to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II and to promote the hobby of coin collecting. The W mint marked pennies were released in uncirculated mint sets and as part of proof sets, which made them highly sought after by collectors. Now, here's where things get interesting. Out of the millions of pennies minted each year, only a limited number of these W mint marked pennies were produced. In fact, the U.S. Mint struck about 1.5 million of these coins, which may sound like a lot, but when you compare that to the billions of pennies produced annually, it's a tiny fraction. The limited mintage, coupled with the fact that these coins were not released into general circulation but rather in special sets, adds to their rarity and desirability among collectors. But does that rarity translate to a market value of $25,000? Let's break this down. When discussing the value of a coin, several factors come into play: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. The 2020 W Lincoln cent ticks a few of these boxes, particularly in terms of rarity and demand. However, to fetch a price tag of $25,000, a coin usually needs to be in absolutely pristine condition and often has to have some kind of error or unique feature that makes it stand out even more. Let's talk about the condition first. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 2020 W Lincoln penny that is graded at MS70 or PS70 could indeed be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if it's one of the first struck coins or has been preserved perfectly. However, even these conditions don't typically reach the $25,000 mark. So, where did this $25,000 figure come from? Well, in some cases, error coins, coins that were struck incorrectly, can reach astonishing prices. For example, a double die error or an off-center strike can make a coin much more valuable because these errors are rare and often unique. But as of now, there haven't been any widely recognized significant errors on the 2020 W Lincoln cents that would push their value anywhere near $25,000. Most of these coins in mint state or proof condition are currently selling in the range of $10 to $30 if they are ungraded, and up to $300 to $500 if they are graded MS69 or PS69. Now, could a unique circumstance push one of these coins up to $25,000? Technically, yes. If a very rare error were discovered, or if a coin had an extraordinary provenance, like being the first one struck or a significant historical connection, it could fetch a high price at auction. But as of now, that's more hypothetical than reality. So what's the takeaway here? The 2020 W. Lincoln cent is indeed a collectible, and could be worth quite a bit of money, especially if it's in pristine condition or if a rare error is discovered. However, most of these coins won't be reaching the $25,000 mark anytime soon. If you come across one, it's definitely worth holding onto or getting it graded, but temper your expectations. If you're thinking about collecting coins, remember to do your research, understand the grading system, and keep your coins in the best condition possible. And if you're buying or selling, always make sure to use reputable dealers or auction houses. That's all for today, folks. I hope you found this video helpful, and that it gives you a clearer picture of the real value of the 2020 W. Lincoln penny. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to comment below if you have any questions or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover next. We're diving deep into the world of coin collecting to uncover the mystery behind the 1981 Lincoln penny. You won't believe how much this tiny coin could be worth today. We're talking up to $50,000. That's right. But what makes this seemingly ordinary penny so valuable? Stick around to find out. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Coin Collector's Haven, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of coin collecting. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our treasure hunting tips and tricks. Today, we have a special episode for you all. We're going to talk about the 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin that could potentially make you rich. Let's dig in. The Lincoln penny has been a staple in American currency since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, several versions and variations have been produced by the U.S. Mint, including the 1981 penny, which is part of the Memorial Reverse series. But did you know that some 1981 pennies have a unique feature that makes them incredibly valuable? That's right. The 1981 penny isn't just any old penny. What makes this particular coin stand out is its mint mark, and even more intriguingly, the condition in which it's been preserved. A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that identifies the mint where the coin was produced. For example, a D indicates Denver, and S stands for San Francisco, and if there's no mark, it means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. In 1981, Lincoln pennies were struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. For 1981, the pennies from the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark are particularly interesting to collectors. Why, you ask? Well, it's because of a unique error that occurred during the minting process. This error is known as a proof coin error. Proof coins are specially made coins that have a higher quality strike, and they are typically made for collectors rather than for general circulation. However, in 1981, a batch of proof pennies from the San Francisco Mint was accidentally struck with a common circulation die. This resulted in the coins having a weaker strike and lacking the mirror-like finish of a typical proof coin. These coins are known as 1981 S Type 2 proof pennies or the Clear S proof pennies. Type 1 has a rounded S mint mark, whereas the Type 2 Clear S has a sharper and more distinct S. The Type 2 proof pennies are incredibly rare, with estimates suggesting that only a few hundred of these coins exist. That scarcity is what drives their value sky high. And when we say high, we mean it. One of these rare beauties can fetch up to $50,000 if it's in perfect mint condition. Now, the big question: how can you tell if you have a valuable 1981 Lincoln penny? First, you need to check the mint mark. Look for an S below the date on the front of the coin. Next, you need to determine whether it's a Type 1 or Type 2 proof. The clear S of the Type 2 is your jackpot. You might need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to see the details clearly. 81S Type 2 penny. It's a good idea to have it professionally graded. Coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can provide an official evaluation and authentication, which significantly increases the coin's market value. The coin market is always fluctuating, but as of now, the highest recorded sale for a 1981S Type 2 penny is around $50,000. The price depends heavily on the coin's grade, with higher graded coins fetching the highest prices. Even lower graded Type 2 pennies can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And it's not just about having the coin, it's about the condition, rarity, and, of course, finding the right buyer. High-quality proof coins, especially with rare errors like the 1981S Type 2, are highly sought after by collectors. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1981 Lincoln penny? Here are some quick tips. Don't overlook those pennies in your change jar or coin collection. You might be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. Invest in a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect your coins closely. Remember, the clear S on the 1981S Type 2 penny is what makes it so valuable. If you think you've found a rare coin, send it off to be graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Keep an eye on the latest auction prices and coin collecting forums to stay updated on market trends. And there you have it, folks. The 1981 Lincoln penny might just be the treasure you've been looking for. Imagine finding a penny that's worth up to $50,000. It's stories like these that make coin collecting so exciting and rewarding. Video is for you. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1978 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be thinking, it's just a penny. But this particular coin could be worth a staggering $55,000. Let's find out why. 1978 D Lincoln penny. Why it's worth up to $55,000. Before we get into why this penny is so valuable, let's take a quick trip back in time to 1978. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been a staple of U.S. currency since it was first issued in 1909. By 1978, the design still featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or head side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, or tail side. This particular penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D Mint mark, which you can find just below the date on the front of the coin. In 1978, millions of pennies were produced in Denver, and at first glance, they seem like any other common penny you'd find in your pocket change. However, a select few of these coins have proven to be incredibly valuable to collectors, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So, what makes the 1978 D Lincoln penny worth up to $55,000? There are several factors at play, and we're going to break them down one by one. First and foremost, rarity plays a huge role in the value of any coin. Although the 1978 D penny isn't particularly rare in general, certain minting errors can make them incredibly rare. Minting errors occur when there is a mistake in the production process at the mint. These errors can range from off-center strikes to double dies, where the coin shows two slightly offset images due to being struck twice. For the 1978 D Lincoln penny, one of the most valuable errors is the double die. A double die error means that the die used to strike the coin had an imperfection, causing the design elements to appear doubled. This can be most noticeable in areas like the date, the letters, or even Lincoln's portrait itself. Another critical factor is the coin's condition. The condition of a coin is assessed through a grading process, which evaluates how well preserved a coin is. The grading scale ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. Coins that are in mint state, especially those that grade MS65 or higher, can fetch a much higher price because they are nearly flawless. For the 1970 AD penny, a high-grade coin with a minting error can be exceptionally valuable. When it comes to the 1970 AD Lincoln penny, coins that have been graded MS65 or above and exhibit a noticeable minting error are the ones that could potentially reach that $55,000 mark. Lastly, demand and collector interest significantly impact a coin's value. Certain coins, especially those with unique characteristics like errors or historical significance, tend to attract more attention from collectors. For the 1970 AD penny, its unusual minting errors and high-grade condition are a combination that really sparks interest in the numismatic community. Now that we know what makes these pennies so valuable, let's talk about how you can identify a 1970 AD Lincoln penny that could be worth a fortune. First, make sure you're looking at a 1978 penny with a D Mint mark, which stands for the Denver Mint. Once you've confirmed that, you'll want to look closely at the coin for any signs of errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the date, the lettering, and Lincoln's portrait for any doubling or other irregularities. A good rule of thumb is to look for anything that seems out of the ordinary. If you spot something that looks like an error, it could be worth getting the coin professionally graded to assess its condition and verify the error. For coins with potential value, like our 1970 AD penny, professional grading is a must. Services like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) are reputable organizations that can authenticate, grade, and encapsulate your coin. This gives potential buyers confidence in the coin's authenticity and condition, which can significantly increase its market value. Grading isn't free, but if you suspect your penny might be worth thousands, it's definitely worth the investment. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1978 D Lincoln penny. As of now, the highest recorded price for a 1978 D Lincoln penny with a mint error and in mint state is around $55,000. However, it's important to note that prices can fluctuate based on demand, the discovery of new coins, and market trends. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare finds, and as more people become aware of their potential value, prices could even rise further. Keep an eye on auction sites, coin shows, and online marketplaces like eBay or Heritage Auctions to see how similar coins are performing. So there you have it! The 1978 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be one of the most surprising treasures hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always check your pocket change and coin jars. You never know what you might find. If you have any questions or stories about rare coins, let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the world of coins and collectibles. We're diving deep into a small but mighty coin that has collectors buzzing, the 1976 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And believe it or not, this humble penny can be worth up to $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000. So what makes this penny so valuable? Let's find out. Before we get into the details of the 1976 penny, let's take a quick trip down memory lane and talk about the history of the Lincoln penny. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a president. The iconic design by Victor David Brenner showcased Lincoln's profile on the obverse, which still remains today. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has seen a few changes, particularly on the reverse side, but it has remained a beloved coin among collectors and everyday Americans alike. Now, let's focus on the 1976 penny specifically. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1976 Lincoln penny so special? Well, 1976 was a notable year for many reasons, being the bicentennial year of the United States. But what most people don't realize is that certain pennies minted in that year have some unique characteristics that make them highly collectible. In 1976, pennies were minted in 3 locations: Denver, marked with a D, San Francisco, marked with an S, and Philadelphia, which typically has no mint mark. Each of these mints produced millions of pennies, but what sets some of these pennies apart is their condition, errors, and sometimes even the metal composition. Now, let's talk about minting errors and why they can make a coin extremely valuable. Minting errors occur when there's a mistake during the production process, and for collectors, these errors are like finding gold. Some of the most sought-after errors in the 1976 Lincoln penny include the double die obverse and reverse, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets. A double die penny, for instance, happens when the coin design is stamped twice in misaligned positions, creating a doubling effect on the text or images. If you happen to have a 1976 penny with this error, you could be looking at a pretty penny, literally. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. Can a 1976 Lincoln penny really be worth $60,000? The short answer is yes, but it's a little more complicated than that. The value of a penny, like any coin, depends on a few factors: condition, rarity, and demand. A 1976 penny in perfect condition, known as mint state, with a significant minting error or unusual characteristic, could fetch a high price at auction. However, pennies in average circulated condition, even from 1976, typically aren't worth more than their face value, unless they have that special something. The highest graded 1976 pennies, those in the MS-67 or MS-68 range, have been known to sell for thousands, but the extremely rare ones, in flawless MS-70 condition with unique errors or variations, could indeed reach that $60,000 mark. However, this is extremely rare. So how do you know if your 1976 penny is one of these valuable coins? First, you'll want to carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Look for any unusual features like doubling, misalignments, or off-center strikes. Next, check the condition of the penny. The less wear and tear, the better. Consider getting a coin grading guidebook or use online resources to compare your penny against professional grading standards. If you think you've found something special, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. A grading service will provide an official assessment, which can significantly increase the coin's market value. As of today, the market value for a 1976 penny can vary widely. Average circulated pennies from this year are typically worth 1 cent. However, uncirculated, high-grade coins can range from $1 to $20 or more. And if you're lucky enough to have a rare error penny in pristine condition, the sky is the limit, ranging anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Just recently, a 1976 penny in exceptional condition with a rare double die error was sold at auction for nearly $60,000. This goes to show that with the right penny and the right buyer, you could turn a small piece of change into a massive payday. If you're interested in diving into the world of coin collecting, here are a few tips to get you started. Begin with pennies and other small denomination coins. They're easy to find and less expensive to purchase. Learn about different mint marks, coin errors, and grading standards. Knowledge is power in this hobby. Whether online or in person, join coin collecting communities to learn from more experienced collectors. Always hold coins by the edges to avoid damaging the surface, and store them in a safe, dry place. Remember, the thrill of coin collecting is not just in the potential financial reward, but in the joy of discovering a piece of history right in your pocket. We're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history. The 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin with a rare mint mark that could be worth a jaw-dropping $65,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth tens of thousands of dollars. So let's explore why this coin is so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you might just have a small fortune hiding in your pocket change. First, let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln 1-cent penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and became an immediate favorite among the American public. Fast forward to 1975, and we see a pretty ordinary-looking coin, or so it would seem at first glance. The 1975 Lincoln penny is made of copper and zinc and was produced in the millions by the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Now, you're probably thinking, with so many of these pennies produced, how can one be worth $65,000? Well, that's where it gets interesting. Mint marks are tiny letters on a coin that tell you where the coin was produced. In 1975, most pennies were minted at Philadelphia, with no mint mark, or Denver with a D mint mark. But here's the kicker. Some coins were accidentally struck with the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint, which wasn't supposed to happen for that year's penny production. But why is this S mint mark such a big deal? Because it indicates a proof coin meant only for collectors. Proof coins are usually struck multiple times on specially prepared planchets, giving them sharper details and a more refined finish compared to regular circulation coins. However, these 1975 S mint pennies that entered circulation weren't proofs, they were errors. Errors at the mint are like a coin collector's dream. They're rare, they're unusual, and they can be worth a lot of money. The 1975 penny with the S mint mark was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to be struck for circulation. There are a couple of theories about how these coins came to be. One theory is that they were accidentally struck when the mint was transitioning from one production run to another. Another theory suggests that these S mint pennies were test runs that were never meant to see the light of day. Regardless of how it happened, these coins escaped into the wild, and now they're worth a fortune. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1975 S mint mark pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass or a coin loupe and look carefully at the front side of the penny, also known as the obverse. Right below the date, you should see a small S if it's one of these rare error coins. Next, examine the coin's overall condition. The value of a coin can be dramatically affected by its condition. Look for sharp details and a lack of wear. Remember, proof coins often have more refined details, but these error coins were not struck in proof quality, so expect some variations. Now let's talk money. As of 2024, a 1975 Lincoln penny with a rare S mint mark can fetch up to $65,000, depending on its condition. Why so much? It's all about rarity and demand. In the world of coin collecting, the fewer the coins available, the higher the value. If collectors believe only a handful of these error pennies exist, their value skyrockets. A coin in near mint condition with this rare error could even set new records at auctions. But wait, there's more. While the 1975 S mint mark penny is the holy grail, there are other 1975 pennies that might be worth checking out. For example, 1975 pennies with errors like double die obverse or reverses, off-center strikes, or other anomalies can also carry significant value. Always keep an eye out for high-quality, well-preserved coins. Even without an error, a 1975 penny in pristine condition could be worth more than its face value. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for coins that look like they just came out of the mint yesterday. So what should you do if you think you have one of these rare 1975 S mint mark pennies? First, get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This step is crucial because it verifies the coin's authenticity and assesses its condition. Once you have your coin graded, you have a few options. You could sell it directly through a reputable auction house, list it on a specialized online marketplace, or even approach private collectors who might be interested in purchasing directly from you. Remember, when it comes to rare coins, the more eyes on it, the better the chance of getting top dollar. There you have it, folks. The incredible story of the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny with a rare S-mint mark, a tiny piece of copper that could be worth up to $65,000 today. So, start checking your pocket change, your piggy banks, and those jars of old coins, because who knows? You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the world of rare coins and collectibles. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, or if you think you've found one of these rare pennies. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a seemingly ordinary penny that could be worth a life-changing amount of money. That's right, we're talking about the 1969 Lincoln cent, a rare penny that recently sold for an astonishing $70,000. Stick around to find out how you could identify one of these valuable coins and maybe, just maybe, strike it rich. To truly appreciate the 1969 Lincoln cent, we need to take a trip back in time to the late 1960s. The S-mint mark on the penny indicates that it was minted in San Francisco. During this period, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins annually. Most of these pennies are worth only their face value. However, some coins can be worth a lot more, especially if there's a mistake or error in their production. And that's exactly what makes the 1969 penny so special. The 1969 Lincoln cent isn't just any penny. It's a coin that holds a secret that could make it worth tens of thousands of dollars to the right collector. But what is it that makes this coin so valuable? The answer lies in a rare error that occurred during its production, known as a double die dot. So what exactly is a double die? In coin collecting, a double die refers to a minting error where the die, the tool used to strike the design onto a blank coin, accidentally strikes the coin more than once, slightly off-center. This results in a doubling effect on the design elements of the coin, like the date, lettering, or details on Lincoln's bust. The 1969 double die obverse, or DDO, penny shows clear doubling on the date 1969, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." This doubling is visible to the naked eye, making it one of the most dramatic and sought-after error coins in U.S. history. Now, here's where it gets exciting. If you're lucky enough to find a 1969 penny, you'll want to inspect it closely. Here's what you should look for to identify the valuable double die variety. The numbers should appear as if they have been stamped twice. The doubling will be most noticeable on the 1, 9, 6, and 9 of the date. Look at the word liberty on the left side of the penny. You should see distinct doubling on all the letters, especially on the L and I. Check the motto at the top of the coin. The letters should appear doubled, creating a shadow-like effect. If you notice these signs, don't rush to spend your penny just yet. You might have a small treasure on your hands. So how much is this rare error coin actually worth? As of recent auctions, a 1969 double die penny in top condition has sold for as much as $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, $70,000 for a single penny. The price varies depending on the coin's condition, with pristine examples fetching the highest prices. Even coins in less than perfect condition can still be worth thousands of dollars. Factors like the coin's luster, presence of scratches, and overall sharpness of the strike will influence its value. Coins graded as mint state (MS) or those with fewer marks are typically valued higher. But even lower graded coins with this error can be worth a substantial amount. Authenticating a 1969 double die penny is crucial. Because this coin is so valuable, counterfeits are unfortunately common. If you think you've found a genuine 1969 double die penny, your best bet is to have it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). These services will examine your coin, confirm its authenticity, and assign it a grade based on its condition. Once authenticated and graded, your coin will be sealed in a protective holder with a label detailing its grade and authenticity, making it ready for sale or auction. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, there are a few tips to keep in mind when searching for rare coins. Always inspect your change, especially pennies. You never know what rare gem might be lurking in your pocket. A magnifying glass and good lighting are essential for spotting errors, like the doubling on the 1969 penny. Join coin clubs, follow coin forums, and keep up with numismatic news to stay on top of market trends and learn more about what coins are currently in demand. Always handle coins by their edges to avoid smudging or scratching them, which could reduce their value. A comprehensive coin guide will help you identify valuable coins and learn more about what makes them unique. So there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1969 Lincoln Cent, a coin worth potentially thousands of dollars. Have you checked your pocket change recently? You might want to after watching this video. Who knows, you could be holding on to a piece of history and a significant amount of money. We're diving deep into a tiny piece of American history, the 1962 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, some of these pennies are worth a staggering $80,000 or more. That's right, a penny that could buy you a brand new car or even a house in some places. So what makes this penny so special? Let's find out. The 1962 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the many pennies that were minted by the United States Mint in Denver. But before we get into why this particular penny is worth so much, let's take a quick look at its background. The Lincoln Cent, or penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner and has undergone a few changes since its inception. By 1962, the penny was primarily made of a copper alloy, 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was before the major switch in 1982, when the composition was changed to mainly zinc with a thin copper coating due to rising metal costs. Now, what makes the 1962 D penny so interesting isn't just its copper content, but rather its mint mark. The D signifies that the penny was minted in Denver. In 1962, over 1.7 billion pennies were minted in Denver alone, making this a very common coin, or so you might think. So, how does a coin that's so common end up being worth $80,000 or more? It's all about rarity and errors. During the minting process, especially when billions of coins are being produced, mistakes can and do happen. These mistakes, or mint errors, can range from double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and more. In the case of the 1962 D penny, some of these coins feature highly desirable errors. One of the most valuable and sought-after errors for this coin is the double die obverse. This means that the die used to strike the front of the coin was misaligned slightly during production, resulting in a doubled image. If you look closely at a 1962 D penny with this error, you'll notice that the text and images appear doubled or have a shadow effect. Another key error that collectors look for is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. In some cases, the mint mark, D, on the coin has been struck more than once. This can cause a noticeable doubling or even tripling effect of the D. Collectors prize these coins because they are unique. No two mint error coins are exactly the same. So you might be asking, why are these error coins worth so much? The value of any coin, including the 1962 D penny, depends on a few key factors. Even among error coins, some are rarer than others. For example, While there may be many 1962D pennies with a double die obverse, the exact number is unknown, and some versions are much rarer than others. The state of the coin is crucial. Coins that are in mint condition, also known as uncirculated, are worth much more than those that have been worn down. A coin graded MS65, mint state 65, or higher, with a clear error, can fetch a high price. The coin collecting community drives up prices. If a particular error is in high demand among collectors, the price will reflect that. Now, here's the kicker. A pristine 1962D penny with a major error can be extremely valuable. In fact, some of these have been known to sell at auction for upwards of $80,000. This is especially true for coins that are in top-grade condition with very noticeable and rare errors. So, you've got a bunch of old pennies and are wondering if any of them might be worth a small fortune. Here's how you can identify and potentially grade your 1962D penny. First, look for the mint mark, D, on the obverse front side of the coin, right below the date. Use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling on the date or lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Also, examine the mint mark, D, for any signs of it being repunched. Next, assess the overall condition of the coin. Does it have scratches, dents, or discoloration? Is the design crisp and clear? The less wear and tear, the better. For a more precise grade, you might want to consult a professional coin grader or send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. And if you're lucky enough to find a 1962D penny with a rare error in mint condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Now let's talk about the current market value. As we mentioned, these coins can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to tens of thousands, depending on their condition and the type of error. If you're looking to sell your 1962D penny, there are a few ways you can go about it. Local or online coin dealers can offer you a quick sale, but remember they may not always give you the top market value since they need to make a profit. You can try selling your coin through a reputable auction house, especially if you have a high-grade coin with a rare error. Auctions can sometimes fetch higher prices, but they also come with fees. Websites like eBay allow you to list your coin for sale. This option provides flexibility and control over the sale, but be prepared to handle negotiations and shipping. Make sure to get your coin appraised by a professional before you sell, so you know exactly what it's worth. So there you have it. The 1962D mint mark Lincoln penny is not just a piece of copper, but potentially a hidden treasure worth a lot of money. Who would have thought that a simple penny could turn into a gold mine? If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves finding hidden treasures, now might be the perfect time to check those old jars of coins. Make sure to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to our channel for more content on rare coins and collectibles, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!